Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams, specifically the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is the preview show that I do every single week, typically on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And as part of this channel, we do a couple of things. We talk about some news and some current events. We talk about things that may be top of mind for me, things that may be top of mind for you, the live viewing audience. We technically, I give you a preview of a lot of the content that is going to be released from the channel. We give away a book from CGC. We typically preview the next book that is going to be given away, and we generally have a great time. And this is every single time we do these live streams. I honestly have a blast, and I think you do as well. If you haven't yet had an opportunity to participate in one of the Ready, Set, Go preview show live streams, I definitely want to encourage you to try to do it. And if you come in before the show even begins, what's going to happen is you are going to be met with a large group of people that are hanging out before the show, just chatting about comics. There are some wonderful relationships that have been established in the group chat that happens before this live stream begins. And I can tell you for a fact that there are lots of friendships that have started, grown, and blossomed just because they hang out in the chat before this live stream begins. And so there is a lot of fun that happens, not just because I'm on here talking, but because of the people that participate in this live stream. And I was reading some of the comments before I popped in here, and Johnny Future made a wonderful point. And if you want to know what the point was, go read the comments in the comment section or in the chat, the live chat, and you will see exactly what I mean. When I say that I have some of the best subscribers out there, it is a legitimate point. And so I definitely want to encourage you, if you can, to try to participate in the live streams, because it is honestly a ton of fun. So I want to say hello to a couple of people here real quick. Randy Resnake is in the house. Wayne is in the house. How you doing, brother? Tina is here. Harvey is here. Larry is here. Scrolling down through the names. Aaron is here. Scrolling down. Matt Woods is in the house. I was just talking to him a few seconds ago. Shout out to you, Matt. Johnny Future, it is always good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being such a fantastic member of what it is that we do here. Matthew is in the house. It is good to see you, Matthew, as always. I'm going to cut it off right there because I get on a roll saying names, and so I don't want to stretch it out, but I will acknowledge people as we go through this chat. As people are making wonderful comments, I will throw those up on screen. So rest assured that if you didn't get a shout out, you will potentially get one if you participate in the live stream and the chat and I actually see your comments. So real quick, I do want to give a huge shout out to Matt and to Jack. These are two new Patreon members that just signed up today. Thank you both for contributing to the channel. I absolutely appreciate your support. And I also appreciate the kind words that each one of you shared with me in our various communications over on Patreon. So I want to say thank you for that. So I originally had a show that I wanted to do. There were things that I wanted to talk about, and I had to make some changes. I had to make some changes to those things because some news has broken out. And it's probably more of at this point, probably more rumor than it is factual evidence. And, you know, I tend to like to focus on the facts, right? The data are what the data are. And so I'm going to deviate from my preference for data and to talk a little bit about rumor, because I think in this case, it's actually a pretty cool rumor, right? And we're not talking about what I talked about yesterday. Yesterday, there was some news that was broken on Lord of the Long Box, fantastic channel, broke some exclusive news on this channel, fantastic stuff that was happening over there. But there's some new news. There is new news. There's a new that has happened. And you guys, what is this? Tina asking for my shirt. Oh, I think you guys have seen this shirt. This is actually the Gibbon Rule shirt. This is the Gibbon Rule shirt. This is actually a gift. This is actually a gift from a subscriber. Yeah, that I only have one of. And today was the day that I chose to don the Gibbon Rule shirt. Shout out to the Gibbon Gang. Amazing Spider-Man 110. Stand up. Gibbon Gang, stand up. All right. So the news that I want to talk about, and many of you guys may have already heard some of this news, but I want to go ahead and share it for those that may not have heard about this news just yet. Looking for it right here. And here's the news. The news is right here. There is basically a rumor. There is a rumor that Marvel Studios may have gained full control of the Incredible Hulk and Namor. And up to this point, Marvel has had the ability to basically use the Hulk in other movies, not solo movies, but assembly. Well, I don't know what the word is, but group. Group movies. They've had a chance to use him that way, but there were some distribution challenges with them actually creating a solo Hulk movie and then distributing it. And the reasons for that, at least in my understanding, is that Universal had the right of first refusal when it comes to distribution of an Incredible Hulk property. They had those rights. And so if Marvel Studios was to make a standalone Hulk movie, Universal would have the right of first refusal to actually distribute that movie and potentially make a lot of money, potentially make $1 billion or so for just distribution, right? And so because of that, I think that Marvel has opted not to do a solo standalone movie. They have opted to integrate the Hulk into some of their regular movies, which you guys have all seen. And now what it seems like, and again, this is rumor. This is rumor from this site right here, MCU Cosmic. MCU Cosmic. You can see the URL up here, mcucosmic.com. There is rumor right now, and you can see here, I'm going to highlight this section to make it a little bit easier for you guys, that Marvel has somehow recovered the rights. And so it says here, I am only putting this out as rumor, not as fact. But I've heard it from someone very reliable that Marvel has gained full control of Hulk and Namor. So those pesky distribution hurdles no longer exist. It is very doubtful that Marvel will ever do a solo Namor movie due to the success of Aquaman, but they will use him both as a villain and potential future Avenger. And this is actually from this guy right here, Jeremy Conrad. He I guess I don't know what this guy's background is, but this rumor that he has put out there has actually been picked up by several other publications. None of them are like mainstream publications. There has been no press release or no statements that I've seen from like Kevin Feige, from Marvel Studios, from Disney. I haven't seen any of that stuff. So at this point, it is all rumor. But I'll be honest with you, it is a very exciting rumor. It is a very, very exciting rumor that when I read it, I got excited. And I got excited, honestly, for two big reasons. I got excited because I would love to see the Immortal Hulk come to the MCU. That a standalone Immortal Hulk movie, I think, would be fantastic. It was an excellent comic with fantastic covers by Alex Ross. Great story that I would love to see happen on the big screen. It actually could tie in because of the underworld and the devil and the demonic stuff. It could tie into other dimensions, like the whole Doctor Strange, multiverse of madness or whatever it is, where these other universes are going to be created, or we will have some awareness of them. It could be really exciting to see that movie be made. The other part that I'm really excited about is I dig Namor. I dig Namor, and as you guys know, he was kind of like hinted at possibly being in the MCU in one of the recent Avengers movies with the earthquake under Wakanda. I have a couple of videos up on the community tab right now where I'm talking about water keys. I did this several months ago, but that's up there if you guys want to take a look at that. But it would be cool to see Namor on screen. And there's all these rumors floating that The Rock is who they want to play Namor. I don't know whether any of this stuff is true, but it's all fun. It is all fun to speculate on. It's all fun to kind of think about. It would be awesome if this were true. And it would be really awesome to see Namor and the Incredible Hulk, more importantly, the Immortal Hulk, appear in the MCU. I think it would really be fantastic. And so I have a little bit of a glitch here, so I'm going to have to go over to YouTube. My interface is actually frozen up on me, so my apologies that I'm not able to comment back to anyone. I'm trying to pull this up, so bear with me here as I attempt to find the live stream so that I can actually see comments from folks. All right, so there we go. I think I got it. So Cool and Collected is saying The Rock is Black Adam. Yes, indeed, he is. He is indeed. But again, these are just rumors that are being floated out there right now. Jerry, I think it's Jerry. Luca Jerry is saying he needs to read Immortal Hulk. Brother, you should have read that a while ago. It is really a good read. It is a really good read. Scrolling down through the comments here. Please not The Rock as Namor. He's already Black Adam, says Thunder God 75. Scrolling down. What is this? Jeffrey is saying, I still want Hulk, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, FF team movie. That could be definitely cool. Scrolling down, where's the Gibbon behind? He's somewhere, brother. He's tearing up stuff. Illuminati could introduce Psylocke and Wolverine. There's a couple of really good comments here. What is this? If they did an Immortal Hulk, they would need to set the stage for Mr. Fix-It and other persona. I mean, they definitely could. That's easy to do, right? I mean, I think that if you think about it, the MCU has lots of ways to shortcut backstories if they decide to hold true to the comic. And I think that they could. There's a lot of ways that they could do that as part of a flashback, as part of a post credit. There's lots of ways to shortcut it without actually showing all of those personas and the rationale behind it. And again, we have to remember that your average moviegoer doesn't necessarily need, nor do they have the full depth of knowledge that someone familiar with the character actually has. And so they could easily take shortcuts that can still make the movie make sense without going into great detail about it. And there's lots of ways that they can do it, lots of ways. And it doesn't have to all be done in one movie. It could actually be done in multiple movies spread across, not just Immortal Hulk movies, but there's ways that it could be done. And so it would actually be really cool to see how, if this does indeed happen, how it might happen. Matt Woods is saying, darn it, now I need to read Immortal. Definitely all those people that are shouting out Alex Ross, stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say to you. All right. I think I covered most of the comments there. Quest Dog, thank you for the super chat, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Hillbilly Comics is like, nah, wait a minute. Keanu is Namor. Keanu has been floated as Wolverine, as Mr. Fantastic, as Namor. He gets floated out there as many characters, and it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how, if and when he is ever introduced. Did Squirrel Madness say that Keanu's too old? Come on, brother. Come on. How old is he? I have no clue how old he is. Almighty Liger King says, would be cool to see Namor in the Black Panther film along with Doom. And again, man, I think that's there is so much history there with Namor, with the Black Panther. I think that there are a lot of really cool ways that they could introduce his character. People were talking about the Illuminati the other day. I want to say that in one iteration that Black Panther is part of the Illuminati as well. And so people were saying, well, they would have to introduce Mr. Fantastic and Charles Xavier. Not really. They don't necessarily have to do it that way. I mean, Captain America was part of the Illuminati at one point, had his mind wiped by Doctor Strange. And so there's lots of ways that they could do an Illuminati team using some existing characters and introducing others without doing a whole lot of work and effort. So I think that it'll be interesting. What is this? Matt Wood says the MCU has added a whole other layer to comic book fan speculation, to conversations about possibility. The thing is that excellent point, Matthew. No one knows. No one truly knows what's going to happen, and so it's just fun to talk about. It is fun to play the what if game, because that's what all of this is. And, you know, we could all spend days and days and days guessing how this stuff is going to happen. And every single one of us could be completely wrong. That's what makes this really fun, you know? And I really do enjoy this aspect of the hobby. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily like the influence that movies have on comics. And I get that. But there are parts that make it really, really fun, you know, because after all, this is a hobby. And Sith Lore says Keanu is the one. Oh my goodness, you guys are nuts. I'm telling you. So that is the news. Is that there is rumor here that the MCU, that Marvel Studios has indeed reclaimed or recovered, I don't know how you want to phrase it, all of the rights, gained full control of both Hulk and Namor, basically. And if this is true, it clears the pathway for solo Incredible Hulk movies. It also clears the pathway for Namor to come into the MCU. And that is something that people have speculated on for a very long time. So here's a couple of things to the point that Matthew and I were just kind of making is, what impact will this have on comics? I personally don't think that the Hulk #1 comic can go up in value any more than it already is. I mean, after all, he has already appeared in the MCU and has for a couple of years now. He's had several movies. So I'm not sure if this will have any kind of impact on Hulk #1, right? If they decide that they want to go down this path of Immortal Hulk, right? Because that is one of arguably the best stories that is out there, that has been written in maybe the last several years. There could be some impact on the Immortal Hulk comic, right? And that comic is extremely hot. One, because it's a good story. Two, because the distribution numbers are relatively low for some of them. And because of that fantastic artwork, right? You could have something happen there. But at the end of the day, who knows? They could go a completely different route. They could go down the whole Professor Hulk thing. They could go down the Joe Fixit route. Who knows which pathway that they could actually go down? They may never go down the pathway of the Immortal Hulk. Only time will tell. But again, this is all intended to be fun. It's all rumor, again, based upon what we are reading right now on this website, mcucosmic.com. So there you go. That is one rumor that I wanted to kind of address. Let me go back to the chat here real quick. The Shadow knows. You can make a solo Namor movie a little edgier. You know, the thing is that article, basically the rumor, right, was that they would not make a solo Namor movie because of what happened with Aquaman. And I'm like, those are not necessarily the same, right? Namor is, in my opinion, a pretty awesome character. I don't know a whole lot about Aquaman, so I'm not saying that Aquaman isn't, but I'm saying Namor is a pretty interesting character, right? And there's a lot of things that could be done with him. Should they choose to? There is a lot that could be done with him. His history is just, it's an incredibly long history. So there's a lot of room for them to actually do some things. Marvel is saying a solo Namor would not make sense since it would be too much like Aquaman. I don't know. I don't know if again, that's like saying they are the same, and I don't believe that they are. I think that these characters are different, right? Yeah, they're both in the water, but I don't know. It's again, that's Reggie's opinion. Put him in Wakanda, says Havoc. All right, so should have made a Namor movie anyway just to tick DC off. Funny. So yeah, Matthew is making a good point. Here you go. Endgame actually set up Namor to be in future movies. They did indeed. It was a really nice Easter egg. I think it's an Easter egg, or let's just say it's a nice clue that they put there that, again, if you are familiar with the history of Black Panther and Namor, you would understand that. And I have a video on the channel where I actually talk about that, where I talk about the books where some of those earthquakes and things like that actually happen. So you may want to check that out on the channel. All right, so that is one rumor that I wanted to talk about. I have a couple more that I wanted to kind of get to. The next one, and I don't know if you guys have heard this. There is rumor, because he put it out there, that Prophet is coming back. And people may say, who is Prophet? Prophet is actually a Rob Liefeld creation from back in the 90s. He created this guy named John Prophet, and you can see his issue number 1 right here. Hopefully you can actually see that on screen. That is John Prophet. This is a character that was created by Rob Liefeld back in the 90s. I believe that this book ran for about 20 some odd issues, if memory serves. He was basically like Captain America. He was frozen. And I'm using that term loosely because I can't remember all the details. He was frozen and was brought back and was basically a man out of time. And he, unlike Captain America, is basically a killing machine. He is a berserker killing machine. And so Rob Liefeld basically announced on his Facebook channel that 2020 was going to be a big year for John Prophet. And he alluded to the fact that there was going to be a 50th issue, a landmark 50th issue of Prophet, and that there was also going to be a live action movie. And so the live action movie part isn't news breaking, because I want to say that this character was originally optioned for a movie back in maybe the early 90s, maybe 95 or something like that. And then there was another organization, Studio 8, that actually optioned it again in 2018. And so there are rumors that this live action film is actually going to be made, which is why Rob Liefeld is actually going to be, I guess, rolling out this landmark issue. So I want to pop over to his his Facebook page right here real quick so you guys can see the post. And he says on January 3rd, a couple of days ago, he says, oh man, 2020 is going to really pick up steam for John Prophet. His 50th issue is incoming and is loaded with goodness. He says, I read an outline for the feature film before the holidays, and I'm thrilled to see what's in store. This one is full speed ahead. His 27th year will be his most exciting to date. Check back Monday for details. That is what Rob Liefeld had to say. And here are a couple of images of John Prophet. What's not really clear to me is that there are actually two versions of John Prophet. There was the version that was basically done that we're looking at here that was done by Rob Liefeld for about 20 issues. Then there was another version that was done for a little over 20 issues by some other guys over at Image. And I don't know which version is going to be the version that they're going to make the movie of. It may be an amalgamation of the two. Only time will tell. But I want to say that the second version picked up where the first version ended in terms of like issue count. And so when the second version, the second volume, if you will, stopped, it stopped at like issue 45 or so. And so it's going to be interesting to see whether Rob is going to do basically 5 issues from 45 to 50, or whether he's going to do something else. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Certainly interesting to see if this movie actually gets made. But again, this is one of those things that just because it's optioned does not mean that it actually will get made. Only time will tell whether this actually comes to fruition. And I actually have a couple of copies of Prophet on standby. I actually have a full Image box of a bunch of Rob Liefeld stuff back when his deal with Netflix, 7-figure deal with Netflix, was announced probably over a year ago. I went out and shored up my inventory of Rob Liefeld stuff. And just as a reminder, Prophet's first appearance was in Youngblood #2, which dropped in 1992. Youngblood 2, dope cover. So let me look back at the comments here, see what you guys are talking about. Sorry about that. You know what? If you were, I'm reading this comment from Havoc about Cat with the Pillow Chest. What's funny is I was actually in a comic shop in North Carolina last week, and I found that book and I actually took a photo of it for my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that photo. Yes, Johnny Future talking about people love that word, man. And again, the thing is, just because it's option does not mean that that movie will ever be made. Sorry, I'm still getting over the cold here. Yeah, so option does not mean that any magic will ever be made. Like I said, Rob Liefeld had a 7-figure deal with Netflix for his entire Extreme universe that within less than a year, it actually kind of fell apart. So, and again, not blaming Rob Liefeld. I think Rob is out there trying to do his best. He's trying to do his thing. And it just says that just because it's optioned, just because there's interest from a movie studio, that does not mean things are ever going to get made. I mean, look at Paramount. Paramount actually picked up the Atlas Comics catalog a couple of months ago, if you guys remember that, less than a year, and we haven't heard word one about that, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if any of this stuff actually goes down. So Brandon says, wasn't Rob supposed to come out with a new Youngblood and did a Kickstarter? I'm not sure. I did not see that. I did not see that. Did I? Chaos, collecting chaos is making fun of me because I bought some Rob Life. Brother, come on, $1 being bucks, bro. It's a couple of bucks. You know, I can buy a whole short box for like, you know, a couple of bucks. So scrolling through the comments here. There we go. All right, so here we go. So that was I guess like the second rumor, if you will, that I wanted to talk about. And the third one, before we switch gears and start talking about some other things, there was a lot of controversy recently around Kevin Feige. I guess Kevin Feige did a live event and he was asked a question about certain types of characters being introduced into the MCU. And he responded in such a way that led people to believe that certain things were going to happen, when he was basically answering yes to like part one of a 2-part question. And so there were all of these rumors out there about a trans character being introduced in an upcoming MCU movie. Specifically, it was believed that that movie was going to be the Eternals movie. They have since clarified that he was answering part 1, not part 2 of the question that was being asked. And so part 1 was basically, will there be a gay character? And the answer to that was yes. And then will there be a transgender? There was really no answer to that, but they clarified that at some point, yes, there will be, but there will only be only be a gay character in the Eternals movie. So again, that was one of those other things that was like kind of floating out there as a rumor thing that I wanted to kind of talk about very briefly. So those are three big things. I think one is much bigger than the others, that being Incredible Hulk and Namor coming to the MCU. But I wanted to kind of put that out there for folks. So there you go. Let me go back to the chat here. What is this? They say Quicksilver is returning to the MCU as well through the Scarlet Witch. I welcome that. I welcome that. Okay, I'm all caught up. Good. All right, so let me give you guys a preview on what is actually going to be coming out from the channel this week. There are 5, I think, pretty solid videos that are going to come out, and there's actually going to be a couple of interesting, I think, tidbits in some of these videos that you will see. I'm doing some things slightly differently. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy these videos that are going to be dropping. So I'm going to be doing a hunting video. As I mentioned a few moments ago, I was actually in North Carolina for a couple of days visiting family. So I actually went on the hunt again in North Carolina, and it was a pretty successful hunt. And so I'm actually going to be sharing with you that hunting video. I think it's a good one. I think you guys will enjoy this video. I am going to be releasing a video this week, basically paying tribute to Alex Ross. And what's been interesting is that you guys brought up Alex. Well, technically I brought him up, then people were like, Alex Ross is great. But earlier today I was on Instagram and I saw a lot of like Alex Ross covers and stuff like that. So there is an Alex Ross tribute video that I am dropping. I think this is only really the second time that I've ever done a video focused on an artist. I did one before on J. Scott Campbell. But this one is actually going to be on Alex Ross. I think it's a cool video. I hope that you guys will enjoy it. There's actually bonus footage at the end of that one that should be pretty cool. So there are a lot of people right now doing wish list. A lot of people doing wish lists. If you look on Instagram, ton of wish lists that are up there. There's a ton of videos that are dropping all across the YouTube about wish lists. And so I did a video about wish lists. I didn't do a video on my wish list because I actually don't have one. But I did a video where if you have created a wish list, you might be interested in watching. If you're thinking about creating a wish list, you might want to watch it. If you don't know what a wish list is, you might also want to watch the video. But it's a pretty cool video that, again, I think you guys will enjoy. I think it's a timely video because it is the time of the year in which all these wish lists are being generated. So I want to help people. I want to help people to basically take that wish list and turn it into reality. And so that's kind of what the video is about. Hopefully you guys will watch that. Off to my side right here is my O Sugar Box. And if you don't know what an O Sugar Box is, you may want to look on the channel to check out the video that I did previously about O Sugar Boxes. But I'm actually going to show you, it's been about 6 months. I'm going to show you what is now in my O Sugar Box. And I think it's a longer video because there's a lot in this box, but I think it's a fun video. And then the very last thing is I'm going to be doing an AOK video. And this one is actually a military inspired AOK video. And I think it's a really cool video that I think you guys will enjoy. So those are basically the five videos that are actually going to be dropping this week from the channel. They're going to be dropping at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, as always. So hopefully you guys can check those out. And then I may also be doing a live stream or two over the course of this week, if my schedule permits. I have not been to work in quite some time, so I have a feeling. No, I know for a fact that I have a ton of work that is waiting on me when I get there, but I'm going to make an attempt to go live at least one time this week, besides next week's Ready, Set, Go preview show. All right. So there you go. That is essentially the rundown of things. Let me go back to the chat here. See if I may. Sugar boxes by your feet. No, the sugar box is actually on top of another box off to my right. It's at hip level. It's kind of hip havoc. It's kind of at hip level is where the old sugar box is kept. But again, this will be a cool video that I think you guys will enjoy. A couple of people talking about this thing right here. Again, stay tuned. The video about Alex Ross. It is an awesome tribute video. There you go. See, I do love DC. Come on now. Oh, I got another one. These are all the things that are literally sitting on my desk right now. Little Superman action right there. Little Kingdom Come graphic novel all sitting right there within reach. All right. So let's give away a book. This is the book that we are going to be giving away tonight. This is the Go Collect giveaway for this week. It is Batman 181. This is a 3.0 off-white to white pages. This is the first appearance of Poison Ivy, a really, really cool book that could potentially be yours in just a couple of moments. And if you are indeed the lucky winner, you will get not only that book, but an exclusive variant from Go Collect, as well as a t-shirt. And so if you do win, if your name is called, you have to send me an email to Regie at RegieCollects. And in that email, you want to Regie at RegieCollects.com. In that email, provide me with your screen name, your real name, your mailing address, and your preference for a light gray or dark gray shirt, as well as the size. Size only comes in large and extra large. So those are the only two options. You send me that email, I will bundle your prize up and send it out to you in a timely fashion. Hopefully tomorrow. All right. So let's go ahead. Let me close a couple of windows because I had all of these windows open for this thing. So let's go ahead and let me share my screen. I want to show you guys the list of names of all of those individuals that actually entered this week's giveaway. And this one is actually in reverse alphabetical order. But these are all the folks that managed to enter this week's giveaway. And the phrase for this week was checkers. And the reason for that is that the Batman 181 actually has a checker border. So I said checkers. I tend to make these things up literally on the fly. So whenever I record a video, I literally make it up on the fly, which is how I got one wrong recently because I made some connections that should have never been made. But these are all the individuals that are entered into this week's giveaway. And I want to wish each one of those individuals good luck this week. So let me go ahead and roll. Let me show you my screen one more time. Just roll these dice. And then we are going to figure out how many times we are going to have to randomize this list. And we have seven. We are going to randomize this list a total of 7 times. And then we are going to give this book away to one lucky subscriber. All right. So let me make sure you guys can see that. And you can. I want to maximize that so everyone can see it. So 7 was the number. We're going to randomize it once. Scrolling down to the bottom of 235 names, that is twice. Here is 3, 4, 5, 6. And the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway is Ramos. You are the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway and this awesome book, Hulk 181. Congratulations, Ramos. Send me an email to Regie at RegieCollects.com with your real name, screen name, preference for shirt, and we will get this bundled up and sent out to you in a timely fashion, my friend. Congratulations, Ramos. He has actually been a long time subscriber of this channel, long time participant in the live streams that I do here. Chris Bigger is joking, talking about Hulk 181. Did I say Hulk 181? I don't think I said that. Child, I don't think I said that. If I did, you have my apologies. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually did say Hulk, didn't I? Ramos, I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friend. You're getting Batman 181. No, it's not a disappointment. It's not a disappointment. It's a dope book. It's a dope book and it's free. No, I clearly do have Hulk 181 on my mind because I was doing the Sugar box and all this stuff. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I was actually just talking to someone. James Tomlinson and I were having a robust conversation about Hulk 181. So there was actually several reasons why Hulk 181 is on my mind right now. So no, I wouldn't give him a facsimile. Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. Squirrel Madness is like, drink. I'll drink this purple drink right here in honor of my man Matthew. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna again a huge congratulations to Ramos for winning Batman 181. I should probably always look at the book before I speak. Batman 181 as this week's Go Collect giveaway winner. And let me get this thing set up because I'm actually going to show you next week's book. Purple Juice, man. Ever since my daughter came in here asking for the purple drink. All right, so that back wall is looking different, says Hawaiian Rambo Comics. It is indeed different. It is indeed different. Next time Reggie may say Action Comics. Brother, I don't think I'll ever say that one. I mean, you know, the closest I'm going to get to Action Comics 1 is probably this book. And if I ever meet Nerdy Girl in person, I'll probably get a chance to hold her Action Comics for a couple of seconds. But yeah, the back wall has changed. I made some changes back there. There's a lot of Del Otto, That entire bottom row right there is actually Del Otto. Well, except for the one in the corner, the Silver Surfer in that corner. Most of that is Del Otto. But yeah, decided to switch the wall up, decided to do something a little bit different. I kept a couple of the red books up there just because I needed a little DC image up there. And then I just got that that first appearance of Omega Red. So I decided to throw that up there. And then on the top row, I went Cosmic. So Del Otto is dope, says Chris Bicker. So if you guys, if you're on Instagram, what I'm going to do is I'll actually throw a quick video up on Instagram when this wraps up, and I'll actually show you guys the wall a little bit closer so you guys can check that out. So if you are not following me on Instagram, you definitely want to do that. Reggie Collects over on Instagram. All right. So let me go ahead and yeah, that is the Scott Williams Silver Surfer. That's actually it's actually a really wonderful cover. I have 2 copies of it. I have that one that's a 9.8 that I cleaned and pressed and sent in myself. And then I have a signed version of that same book that I actually won from IG Comic Store. They actually did a live thing on Instagram several weeks ago. And I participated in that. They did some trivia, got the trivia right. And I ended up winning that one. So all right, so let me go ahead and show you guys what the book is that I'm going to be giving away this week. I think that it's a cool book. Here it is right here. It is Space Adventures number 2. This is a Charlton book from 1952. Just a really cool book right here. Think you guys should be able to see that one. Definitely a cool book right here from 1952. Great cover art right there. This is this week's Go Collect giveaway. Really cool piece of history right here. I just really dig this cover and the lizard that walks on 2 legs. I thought that was a really cool book. Charlton book. This is this week's Go Collect giveaway. And all you have to do, as always, is actually to watch the videos that come out from the channel over the course of the week. And one of those videos will be a phrase. You capture that phrase, you head over to the community tab, you plug it in. The post to enter this week's giveaway will be put up probably tonight. If not tonight, it will be put up tomorrow because the videos come out Monday through Friday, and the contest basically runs Monday through Sunday morning at 7:30 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. So there you go. It is a cool book. It is a cool book. It is a super clean book. It is a golden age book. This book is from 1952. This is Charlton Comics Space Adventures number 2 from 1952. Very cool book. I'm actually going to head over to Go Collect so I can actually show you guys this book. And definitely want to encourage you guys, if you have a moment, if you feel like this has been a good live stream, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button on on this thing to let folks know that this was a good video. It actually helps with the views and the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. So here it is right here. This is Space Adventures #2. You can see that there's only been about 12 sales of this particular book. We're going to go ahead and click on that and see what we can see. This was a 5.5. So I'm going to scroll down to see a 5.5. Last sale was January 2019. You can see that this book was sold for $206.50. And then there was another sale back in 2018 for $350 at a 5.5. And so let's look over here to the CGC census. You see two sales, two books basically on the census. I'm guessing it might be these two. That's 73%. How many total on the census? There is only a total of 20 of these space adventures on the entire CGC census. 19 of them are blue label, and then one of them is a qualified book. So there you go. That is that's basically the rundown. Pretty nice book. This book, like I said, could be yours. All you have to do is watch the videos that come out from the channel. In one of those videos is a phrase. You use that to actually enter this week's giveaway. Really cool book. Does not look like it has been cleaned nor pressed. I can see a couple of fingerprints on here. I can see a couple of ripples. There is definitely some writing. Someone looks like they wrote in. I'm guessing, I don't know what that is. N7/30 is what it says in pencil, but definitely a cool book that could be yours, all for just being a subscriber of the channel and watching some videos that come out over the course of the week. All right, go back over here. Aaron says, Reggie would love to see a video of your top 20 books. So Aaron, there is a video that is going to be coming out this week. There is a video that is called the Oh Sugar Box. It's a video where I'm actually showing you some nice books from my collection. There were probably 20 of them in there. Are those the top 20? I don't know. I will tell you that there is nothing that is cheap in that box, because I don't know how you define top. I don't know how you define that. I don't know what definition you put on there, whether it's sentimental value, whether it's dollar value. I'm not sure. But if you watch the video that drops on from the channel later this week, the Oh Sugar Box video, you will get a chance to see some pretty awesome books. And if you're curious, there is another Oh Sugar video on the channel right now that you can actually check out that also has some really, really cool books in it. And I have a series on my channel that I did a couple of over a year ago called Slab Sharing. If you search for Reggie Collects Slab Sharing, I basically show books from my collection at every single grade. So I do all the 9/8. I can't remember how I grouped them, but it's literally like every grade is represented over the course of how many ever videos it was that I ended up putting out. There's at least 6 of them that are out there. So if you're interested in just seeing some slabs, that is a great video to actually check out. All right. Let me see what else you guys are talking about. It looks like a lot of folks going to sleep, which I think is great. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to hide that one because we're not going to do that. Scrolling down through the comments, Glitter and Duct Tape was like, the Oh Sugar Box. Wayne McDonald, brother, thank you for stopping by. Definitely appreciate you hanging out. Tina saying, great selection of books for giveaway, Reggie. Yeah, I try to mix it up. I try to have a little bit of fun. And I try to have a little fun picking out books that are like different, and some of them are unexpected books. I try to, just like the content that I put out, I try to have a variety of things, not just those things that I enjoy or that I want. They're just really, really cool books that have appeal for a lot of people, and people like Golden Age books. And so that's why we've given away several Golden Age books here, several DC books, several Batman books, several Marvel books. Want to spread the love. So thank you, Tina, for those kind words about the quality of the books that we are actually giving away. So scrolling down through the comment, Paul, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream, Paul. I don't know that I've seen your name before, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Scrolling down through the name, random. Who is that shouting out the random run? You can't go wrong with a little bit of random run. All right. So again, just a quick rundown of some of the videos that are going to be coming out. There is going to be a really cool hunting video that is going to be dropping this coming week that I hope you guys will enjoy. There is a tribute video to Alex Ross that is coming out that I think is pretty solid. Alex Ross is a pretty cool, I think, underrated cover artist. He doesn't get the attention, I don't think, of many other cover artists, but he does really, really good work. And so there is a really awesome, I think, tribute video to him that'll be dropping. There is a wish list related video that is coming out. So if you have created a wish list, you're thinking about making a wish list, this is a video I think that could help you to go from having a wish list to having real books, actual books in your hand. And so, as you guys know, I try to put out helpful content that gets you to think a little bit differently. And so that's exactly what this is. It is not a video about my wish list. I actually do not have a wish list, but I hope people will watch the video. I hope that it will be helpful. I'm doing the Oh Sugar Box. It's been about 6 months since I've looked, since I've shared my Oh Sugar Box. And so if you don't know what an Oh Sugar Box is, if you're curious about what an Oh Sugar Box is, stay tuned for that video. If you just want to see some really cool books, stay tuned for that video. And then there is a military inspired AOK that I'll be doing this week as well. Subscriber sent me some really cool books that I had never seen before. They're military related, military inspired books. And so you definitely want to stay tuned for that because I think it's a really cool video. All right. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out with me. I enjoy these live streams, whether they be on Sunday night or any other night. I want to thank you guys for just being really awesome subscribers, really awesome participants in the chat. And I wish everybody luck with the giveaway this week. There can only be one winner of these giveaways. Unfortunately, this week it was Ramos. So shout out to him. But I definitely want to encourage people to continue participating because you never know when your number is going to be called. You never know when you're actually going to win one of these books. But even if you don't win, my hope is that you learn a little, you have some fun. At the end of the day, that's kind of sort of what it's about. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so at Regie Collects on Instagram, or you can reach out to me at regiecollects.com. Be sure to visit the website. There is some pretty cool stuff over there that you guys may be interested in. Thank you very much. Have a good night, and I will see you soon.